Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction consultant. And as you know, at Schooley Mitchell and me personally, we like to promote businesses on social media for free. And today I have with me Kris Spell, who is the Director of Sales with the Omnia Group. Welcome to the show, Kris.
Thanks, William. Appreciate you having me.
Absolute pleasure. So, well, let's get right into it. So tell us a little bit about who's Kris and what's your background like?
Okay. Started back in telecom and IT, got into staffing with an organization where I ran the North American team for ERP and EMR. Started my own staffing organization and then walked away from that. I guess it was about a little less than a year ago. Met with Omnia Group, love their culture, who they are, what they do. And now I became a director of sales to help grow their organization.
Yeah, I can just add a little piece to that. Like you met Omnia Group and you love what they do. As you and I were talking before we started recording this, is that I went to a presentation from your group and I was blown away by how simple and easy this is and how much it can save companies so much time and money, because we're into saving companies a lot of stuff. So tell us a little bit more about what Omni does. What do you actually do in the employer and employee employment world?
Yeah, so we do behavioral assessments, and what we do is we peel away the innate traits and we find out who they are as a real person, because there's two times you look your best: your wedding day and your resume. And what we want to do is actually look at not who you are today, but who you are 6 months from now, year from now, 2 years from now. You know, is that position going to be a right fit for that person? Or is there something else in the organization? And we help out with the hiring process, the development process, and the retention process. And that's how we save money.
Yeah, because again, that was part of what intrigued me as an expense reduction person with Schooley Mitchell, is that you guys can save companies a lot of time and money. These are two of the categories that we look at, two of the pieces we bring to the table for our clients. So tell us a little bit about the time and the money aspect. What you're doing, how does it save companies time and money in the process of hiring you guys?
So in the time, it's the screening process, because you can look through and we have certain benchmarks for certain positions. And if they don't fit those benchmarks, then you don't really have to take the time to maybe interview that person for that position. With the money, it's the hiring costs. You know, right now, the average employee stays about 18 months or less, and that you're not even getting a return on investment until after 18 months,
Yeah.
Especially in the sales world, finance, insurance, some of our core markets. And what we like to do is actually help out organizations find the right people for the right position, and that they're going to be happy. And that saves them a lot of money, because, you know, when I owned a staffing firm, we were charging 20 to 30% of the first year's annual salary, and we gave a 90-day guarantee. We didn't know what the innate traits were. Maybe they were faking the interview.
Yeah.
This pulls that away and shows who the true person is.
Yeah, so it kind of peels the layers away of the onion.
Yeah.
So that by the time the person is coming into the company, you've already exposed them to a degree that you've exposed them more than just a wedding picture or the resume picture. So you mentioned a couple of industries there that are core to you. Finance, insurance is a couple that you talked about there. Mm-hmm. Can you tell anybody watching this video is like what does a typical company look like that you work for, as well as the core ones that you mentioned?
So our core four are finance, insurance, automotive, which means anyone with a motor, and manufacturing. So that's kind of our core four, but we have clientele from all over. We have over 2,000 plus clients. We like to focus on 5,000 employees and below, but we do have larger clients that utilize our process as well. But that's kind of where our bread and butter, that's where we stick. We have the expertise. And the reason being that those customers trust us is because, you know, the founder, the president and CEO of our organization as well, they're big on culture, not only internally, but externally. So they're bringing that culture to the customer. They're bringing it to the internal employees. Our average customer success manager has been with our organization for over 18 years. It's unheard of. Mm-hmm. It's unheard of.
Yeah, because I noticed that when we met at a networking event where you guys were presenting, there was, I don't know, like 10 of you there. There was quite a lot of you. But what I noticed, every single one of you were really happy people. I mean, like genuinely happy to be there and be representing your company.
That's one thing. If you are presenting a product or a service that you actually truly believe in, it's really not selling. You're helping out organizations with their certain problems. And one of the main problems right now is hiring and retention. And those are two core places where we can go in there and help and delve in. Not only does it give the innate traits, but we also provide on the selection process when you're hiring interview questions, which makes it a little bit easier for that person to interview, and they're behavioral based to find out really truly who that person is. Another thing that we do is we also give coaching methods to the managers. So it goes over, what are the best way to coach these type personalities, as well as motivators and demotivators. And it really does make a huge difference if you know what motivates your employees and what demotivates them with productivity.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks volume for the company itself, but obviously the company that's coming to work for other companies, if you've got your stuff all in a row, your ducks all in a row, it means that you're going to bring that attention to detail to your other companies. So tell me this, Kris, what is a typical day of Omnia or Omnia Rep or the Omni company going into another company look like?
So the average day of us, over here at Omnia is that we are calling current clients. We're following up with our current clients. We're reaching out to new clients. We're using AI platforms to reach out in drip campaigns for email and LinkedIn. We're making phone calls, and we're building those relationships. As well as one thing that we like to do is we help out the community. We have a quarterly community event that we always present. It's charity based. So we'd like to be a part of that, as well as networking. We are a huge networking organization. Like we talked earlier, I have 5 networking events this week. So we like to get out there, show who we are and explain what we can do for you and how we can help you. It's not really about Omnia. It's more about our customers and what can we do for you to help your organization.
So is Omnia located in Tampa Bay?
Yeah, we were founded and started in the Tampa Bay, so we are local. We actually have our target market is in the United States and Canada, but we are over multitude of different continents. We have over 2,000 plus clients. So we are a global organization, but my team and we focus on the Tampa, the United States, the Canada market.
Yeah, that's similar to us. We are United States and Canada as well, being a Canadian company. So anyway, Kris, that was fantastic. Really a great overview of what Omnia does. As you know, anybody watching this, I'm very impressed with this company. I know I've said this many times in my videos, but I really am impressed with how simple the process working with Omnia and how fantastic the results. So kind of touch on one more time, Kris, is that what it means to a company to not spend too much time hiring somebody and then finding further down the line that was the wrong person. Can you just touch on that at the end? Because I know that was an important piece when I saw you guys present before.
Yeah. So, hiring upfront and hiring the right person not only saves the company money in hiring costs, but it's also training costs as well as productivity. Right now, we did some surveys and almost a little over 66% of current employees said that they're either moderately engaged or not engaged at all. So we're trying to push that button up higher so that you can get more efficiency out of your company through your employees. And the one thing that we have noticed that actually differentiates ourselves is that we only take our assessment only takes 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
So it's not a big burden for the candidate either, because, they're busy and they're looking at different positions and they're not going to want to sit there and take an hour assessment. Ours takes less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's utterly fantastic. That was the piece I wanted to hear you say. Well, Kris, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. And if you're watching this video, Omnia, as you hear, it's a 10-minute process to find out if you've got the right employee rather than waiting down the line and having it cost you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of headache. Kris and his team at Omnia can bring that to the table for you. Kris, thank you very much. I so appreciate it.
Thanks, William. Appreciate it. It's been a blast.
I'm going to hand it over to Dave for the weather.